Today we're going to be taking a boat tour, a scenic tour, where we get to see the shore of St. Augustine in Florida. Here we are leaving the harbor, and you can see some buildings along the shore as we're leaving the harbor. Look at those big homes that are out there. Here is the city part that is lit up because it was near Christmas time, so they have Night of the Lights events there. And as we leave the harbor, we're getting ready to go under the drawbridge that is functional. It does lift several times a day to let tall boats or boats with tall masts pass through. Passing traffic on the bridge above is completely stopped when that happens. Here's another view of the bridge, and you can see there are some statues here of lions. Here's a different view of this lion here. And here, this line, we can see some dates. It looks like Ponce de Leon, 1513, and St. Augustine. And here we've passed the bridge. We're on the other side now. There's that ship that was on the other side, or I should say the boat that we were looking at. And here are some more buildings that we're passing as we're coming out of the harbor area. A lot of beautiful architecture. And we're starting to approach the fort, Castillo de San Marcos. And you can see there are a lot of visitors there on this day. And look at that cross in the background. It really makes quite an impression. But this is a really nice view of the fort from the harbor, so we can see the shoreline and what an approaching assassin might be seeing if they were entering the harbor and trying to attack the fort. Again, we continue to see more views of the harbor. You can see some of the cannons up on top. There's one of the larger turrets. And now you can see walls, just standing people exploring all around from different angles, looking down into the harbor. And we are looking up. There's a little pelican. And some more views as we're passing the fort. And there's another view of that pelican, and you can see the cross very well in the background now. So we're moving on past the fort area and looking more at the shore, and you can see there are a lot of homes there. And we passed an osprey sitting on a sign. There he is, another view of him. And there's another one of the bridges that you can cross to get across the bay area there. But look at all of the houses again on the shoreline. Oh, here's a lovely shot of a pelican skimming. I just love watching pelicans. They're such stealth hunters. Amazing. And here's a flock of pelicans working all together in their hunting. And now we're seeing more of the seashore, of the uninhabited areas where the natural grasses and trees are growing. This is the lighthouse that we're moving towards on our boat trip, and you can see we're getting closer and closer as the trip continues. And we're passing a couple of herds of our flocks, I should say, of pelicans, just kind of taking a break on a sandbar. And here's one in flight. And we're getting very close to the lighthouse, but notice that the light is starting to change. The sun is starting to set, and it's getting darker. And look at, there's some birds on a mast of a boat. They seem to like to hang out there. And we've turned around now, and we're starting to head back in the direction that we came. And those same pelicans are sitting there basking in the sun. And there's that boat that we saw, that sailboat. We're passing it by and it's out on the waters as well. Well, there's a nice shot of it with the wind blowing through the flag. And then we can see more shots of birds hanging out on masts of different boats. And we're getting farther away from the lighthouse now that we're going back in the opposite direction. And again, more of the seashore. And then we can see some different harbors as we're passing different areas of water. And here we are getting back to the fort area. We just passed the cross. The sun is getting ready to set. It is winter time, so sun is setting right around 5:30 at this time of year in Florida. And here's a very nice close-up view of the skyline with that setting sun behind it. It is gorgeous. Look at that pinkish orange sky. And we're returning to the bridge area as we're getting ready to disembark in just a few moments and getting ready to pass underneath the bridge again. That's that drawbridge we talked about at the beginning of the video. And then here's the shoreline and the area where we're going to get the boat tied up. It is a very nice trip. I recommend you go ahead and go. It lasted about an hour and 15 minutes. It was particularly cold on this day, but I imagine on a warmer day it would be a very enjoyable trip, and I recommend it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this inspired you to visit St. Augustine. Take care.